African Americans are I mean, Africans are creative too, of course.
Right.
But African American, that culture is the coolest planet. Keep it 100. Hip hop, you know, just everything. Just damn, jazz, blues, everything. You create. African Americans created all of American music. It's all black. Like even country music.
You're Americanized. I'm like, yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, why y'all hate us?
What well, you're Nigerian now. You need to talk to them. Why do you hate Shannon on me? For what? No, why do we don't hate? That's some.
How y'all do? Y'all be hating.
No, wait a
Y'all
minute.
be sneak tip hating.
Wait, first of all, some Nigerians, they do sometimes, Africans in general, some of them do think they're better than African Americans, which is bull.
Right.
Because it's not the truth, because Africans are treated like in Africa. Colonization. England, France, that's why you speak in French, not because you special.
Yeah.
Because they came and sat on your and said, you're going to speak what the we speak.
Right.
The Dutch, all of them, Italian, all of those European countries came and colonized you, treated you like. I mean, you go to South Africa, white people are calling themselves Africans and they don't even look it. That's some gangster shit, don't you think? I'm from South Africa. No, you're not. You're Dutch. You just didn't know when to leave.
Essence Fest is an annual event in our culture and our community. It's a dope event. I love Essence Fest for what it means. But this year was a little rough. Not much. It was sparsely attended. Although there are a lot of people online who were saying, you know, she's not of Negro lineage, slave lineage, and therefore but it's not that. I think that's beside the point. I think it's what you're getting at, which is there's fewer black content creators involved, fewer black designers, fewer black artists on the organizational side and the design side. I don't know if that's the reason, but that's definitely true that there's less of that happening right now, and a lot of people are concerned about that. Again, I don't know if that makes people not show out. It could just be money, like y'all said. It could just be that people ain't got the money they used to. That to me is always the first answer on these kinds of things. When I looked in the stands, maybe 60% of the seats were empty. It was there. Lauren was the headliner at the end.
Okay.
Stephanie Mills was there, and we're gonna talk about her because she just wrote an open letter to Essence Fest about.
And it was bad.
It was rough.
Now, Stephanie starts off by saying the challenges that I encountered were multifaceted, in my view, indicated a broader organizational shortcoming. The schedule and time management were severely lacking, creating a chaotic and stressful environment backstage. Now, Stephanie Mills goes on to say that the disorganization cascaded onto the stage, impacting the flow of the events and ultimately diminishing the quality of the performances. She goes on to say that beyond the logistical issues, the technical difficulties, specifically concerning the sound system, proved deeply problematic. These issues were not isolated incidents, but rather persistent problems that severely hampered my ability to deliver my performance to the best of my abilities. And I understand that I wasn't alone in experiencing these problems. The lack of technical preparedness is unacceptable for an event of Essence Festival's caliber and prestige. Now, she finishes out her letter and stated that she hopes this critique will be able to be utilized to help them significantly in the next Essence Festival.
Glorilla was one of the main performers.
Yeah, Glorilla was there. There was some great acts. It wasn't a lack of acts.
Yeah, my mic keep going in and out. Don't piss me off, goddamn. I'm trying to give them a good ass show, y'all. My damn mic is
wasn't there. The vibe in New Orleans was dope as always because there's so many people descending down there, especially black women.
It's the whole weekend, right?
It's the whole weekend.
It's not like one day. Okay.
No, it's the whole weekend. You go down there, there's events, there's panels, there's concerts. It's the whole thing. And Essence Fest is fire. I love Essence Fest. Yeah. It's just this year, it just wasn't well attended and it wasn't well managed.
Outside of the Jollof Rice competition at Essence Fest, Stephanie Mills pens an open letter to the organizers of Essence Fest describing her experience. This Jollof Rice competition was egregious, because why Jollof spelled so big?
Black Americans, what's going on with Essence? The Africans over there at Essence done f***ed up Black American culture, Black American festivities. Now look, the image behind me is very important. Battle, Jollof Rice versus Jambalaya. Don't let this go over your head. Listen, now I have some education in communications. I have a master's degree in communication, media with a specialization in public relations, some other degrees, but this is very important. Listen, let's talk about imagery, branding, marketing, advertising. So they advertise this. Jollof Rice versus Jambalaya. Jambalaya in small print, Jollof Rice in big print.
One of the biggest misnomers that I've ever heard is that there's not a thriving Black American culture. In International Business 101 is that you must have a liaison to that culture when you do business in that culture, or you will fail at doing business with that culture. And this is what exactly happened with the Essence Festival. You see, the folks from Africa who took over the Essence Festival mistakenly thought that they could inject their ways into something that was already established, culturally significant in the South. And as they found, a lot of folks just weren't feeling it. 60% down. And of course, there was a lot of problems and this or that, and 360 degrees of accountability can take care of those issues. But the biggest issue that you have is being culturally insensitive to your audience.
My name is Simone. We did an actor from Nigeria, and culture means earth, motherland, Africa, originality.
So you guys let Africans buy Essence Festival, get up on stage, say that the original people are here, and you were silent. So what you need to understand is that Black Americans, those who are native, now there are some that originated in Africa, okay? But those who are native are not African. They are native to America. Do your history, do your research, okay? Native American. My grandmother, full Native American. I need you guys to understand this. Full Carib, okay? Full Carib, which was Native Americans as well. But we will get there. Like, you guys need to understand that Africans and African Americans do not have the same blood. They don't have the same mentality. There is a survival mode that is switched on in every African's mind. And they will love you as much as they need you to survive.
They get the brunt of everybody's hatred. Even their own black people that come, because they're from the islands or whatever, they come and they on African Americans, which is on all levels up.
Because if you ever remember the movie Sugar Hill,
Yep.
and there's a scene where they're doing the thing with the drug dealer, and the guy said, we can't work with Akata. We can't work with Akata. That's a word that they were calling the American blacks, Akata, the Nigerians.
Those are the Nigerians I was telling you about.
One time we used to look to him for our history and our culture.
Well, we've been thinking about this, Renatan. It won't work. We can't work with Akata. Well, don't take this personally, Romelo. It won't work. You do your thing, I do my thing. You know, it won't work. We can't work with Akata.
What is this Akata shit? Like American cotton picker.
Listen, I understand that all skin folk ain't your kinfolk, but one thing I don't understand is that if you come here and don't have respect and expect respect back, you see, we have a symbiotic relationship when you come to our place, and we are very welcoming people. But one thing is for sure, don't expect me to lay down the red carpet for you to crap on me and tell your kids not to be around me because you feel like you are superior to me. Sir, regardless of the situation that you think that you've came into, regardless of the situation that you left, you are not and you have not been in this country stressing and striving. And please remember one thing. It was the civil rights movement that allowed you, yes, allowed you to immigrate here. And that's the sweat and blood off of our backs, you dig?
Black Americans have a completely legitimate reason for being upset with Essence Festival. We have a completely legitimate reason for being upset with our culture being removed from a festival that was supposed to be for our culture. We don't have people trying to add their culture. We have Africans and Caribbeans trying to overshadow and remove our culture and center themselves. Right here, they're talking about how they want to make Nigeria the focal country because of its culture and all of this. Not representing everybody equally, hyper-focusing on them and making them the center.
You know, the headline went out, and I got to correct the Lauryn Hill slander. People, you know, the headlines kept saying Lauryn Hill show doesn't end till 3 in the morning. Lauryn Hill was playing of 300 people. It was true, but it wasn't her fault. That's why the headline was tricky. It talked about how late she performed, but she didn't arrive late. Lauren was on time. Everything was running 40.
The event ran late.
I'll say,
so
when it was time to start, Lauren was there. When it was ready for, Ron Isley was up like 3 hours past his bedtime. It staged to like 11 o'clock p.m.
Polite savages.
Whatever happened to, am I my brother's keeper, huh? You know what happened to it. The world is mine. Everything is mine. Everything! Even my woman.
Ladies and gentlemen of Polite Savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and mod or women alike. And as always, we can only tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as you see it. And sometimes the truth is a bitter pill, but you gotta shut up and take your medicine. And sometimes the culture you thought wasn't there raises up and lets you know you're not better than. And don't get it twisted, this isn't hate. A matter of fact, it's nothing but love, but the love must be reciprocated. So welcome to the house, but make sure you take your shoes off and show respect. And this is no hate to the brothers from the diaspora. I will say this, hey, it's all love, come on in. The Polite Savages all over the world, come on in. I'm never gonna disrespect you blatantly, but if you disrespect me, hey, I bite back because nobody wants to get silver back. You dig?
Our job is to train them up, right? We have to, if we're going to go that route, we have to continue to make sure that we're investing in their development and their training. We're going to continue to do that. And rest assured that will not happen again.
I was going to ask you, the production group company that you're talking about, is that separate from the Solomon Group company? Because there was articles about them working with you guys and people throwing a lot of blame on the Solomon Group.
You know, at the end of the day, it's not any of our partners' fault, it's our fault, because we engage them and it's our job to make sure that everything is delivered properly.
You're incapable of running the... Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
But you see, the Essence Festival organizer, the owner of the Essence Festivals, they don't understand the real reason why the Essence Festival is failing. You see, we will put up with a lot of stuff. We'll put up with bad sound. Hell, rap concerts sell out and there's bad sounds, and there was bad sounds for over 25 years. We'll put up with late acts. Lauryn Hill still sells out, and Lauryn Hill been showing up late for years. That's not the situation. The situation is what we won't put up with anymore, starting from this day, is blatant disrespect of the culture that we cultivated in this country. And a lot of you folks just don't recognize that there's a culture, yes indeed a culture in this country. It's really disgusting. It would be like if I went to Africa, to any country, you just name it. I went to Nigeria, I went to Ghana, I went to Tanzania, and I looked around and I told them, just because I don't recognize the cultural significance of your culture, you don't have culture. And that is what we're getting at here. It's time for education and 360 degrees of accountability, because when I went to the continent, I was walking on God's land and I looked around and I said, yes, I see where everything and what the hoopla is about, because it's a beautiful place. Yes, we were lied to. Sophistication, elegance. But if you don't recognize the elegance and the perseverance when you come here, well, this will be a harsh lesson to you, because guess what? That welcome mat can be pulled.
That's the other thing that we don't have the luxury of as black people. We get one shot, right? And then you walk away. So we're going to take the hit. We will deal with our internal partners. Our internal partners will step up. If they then don't step up to the plate, then they will be gone.
Black Americans have a completely legitimate reason for being upset with Essence Festival. We have a completely legitimate reason for being upset with our culture being removed from a festival that was supposed to be for our culture. And the problem is we can't have an honest conversation, because when we call this out, you guys are saying foundational Black Americans are being xenophobic or starting a diaspora war, even though you know that's not true, because if we did this, if we took our flags to you guys' things, you guys wouldn't have an issue with it. So you know what you're doing is wrong.
And polite savages, there's some blame that goes to the folks who sold this corporation, who sold this festival, who sold it, who took their shillings and put it in their pockets, their shekels, and ran away to the bank. The bottom line is this: when you sell something, you lose control of it. So you sold it to someone who didn't understand the culture that you wanted to be represented. So guess what? The fault goes back to you. So yes, there's 360 degrees of accountability going on here. The folks who put it on not being culturally aware, and the folks who sold it not understanding that their culture is here. And when it comes down to it, man, it's a big mess. But hey, it is what it is, you dig?
Bucks, Coons, Mulattoes, and Mammies, The History of Blacks in Film by Donald Bogle. I was reading, stereotypes that they still repeat now. So I was reading all that, so I was black. Everything was black. Right. Fight the power. My father would be like, what are you doing? What is all of this black? It's okay, but what are you do your studies? But I say, Dad, you don't understand. The black man and the black woman is suffering, man. White supremacy, that's okay, but we're spending money on college. You don't have to.
Care about nationalities. It's all about the personality to me.
You just said
No. I'm sorry. I can't do Americans. I need somebody with culture. I'm sorry.
Black Americans got culture. Americans got culture.
You rolling. I need somebody with culture.
Americans don't have culture.
I got culture.
We got the culture. We are the culture.
1804. I'm the reason why you have your independence.
Wait, when you say Haiti's the reason Americans got their independence, what do you mean by that?
We set the thing. We the one that said it. 1804. We the first free Caribbean country.
But what that got to do with America?
African American.
We said it, and then y'all followed.
Y'all said it for yourselves, not for
We
no
said it, and then y'all followed.
And we set the stage for y'all immigrants to come over here and profit off of America.
And you're mad that we came to.
No, I'm not mad. I'm telling you what black culture provided for you and your family.
They have an attitude. Africans act like they mad at us. Why do they have attitude? Look down. What is the attitude for? They got twisted. No, we're mad at you. We waited and nobody came for us. Any other race would have declared war on America and asked for their people back. Africans wrote us off like a bad check. And then they're going to show up 500 years later with a briefcase full of watches. I don't need no goddamn watch. I know what time it is.
Thank you for watching the THPPP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.